Grab your cup of coffee. We got the fancy serial number report happening today on Friday. Oh my goodness. this is this has got to be one of the most insane weeks uh, since I started doing this report. And granted, I've only been doing this for what 5 6 months, guys. For those of you that do follow me, but I'm telling you this right now. If you are not participating in doing this, I don't know what else to say. To be honest with you, the money is absolutely crazy right now. If you're looking to make some cash other than coins, coins can be a little bit hit or miss. Some would say that coins in general is oversearched, and paper money is underappreciated right now. I think we're beginning to see that switch flipped. Honestly, so in this report, if this is your first time here, we take a look generally about the last 24 to 36 hours of auction activity, okay? And what we're looking for are specific paper money, dollar bills, twos, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds, whatever. There's actually 100 in here that it's worth its weight in gold. And I usually don't say that. I tend to avoid $100 bills. But anyways, not to get too further astray from the topic at hand here, we're looking for specific fancy serial number patterns, okay? Whether that's like in a row, they're kind of like repeating radars, palindromes, low serial numbers, high serial numbers, ladder notes, 1 through 8s, 0 through 7s, 2 through 9s, things like that, all right? We assess the market on everything that's been found and discovered. And what a lot of people are doing, folks, is that they're putting these on eBay. They're running a 5 or 7 day auction. They're running a 5 or 7 day auction. They're probably starting a lot of these notes at like 99 cents and then letting it ride. And the results have been nothing short of astonishing. All right. I would say this is probably one of my favorite weeks, bar none. We get to see like a full breadth of a wide range of different fancy serial number patterns. So we're going to dive right in. One thing that you guys absolutely must know: when I do these reports, I focus primarily on raw, ungraded pieces. Now, the big reason why is that grading anything these days costs an absorbent amount of money. Okay, it can be 30, 40, $50 per note if you send it to a company like PCGS Banknote or PMG. So keep that in mind. These notes, this specific niche area of collecting, they all speak for themselves, right? It's like error notes. But you're going to see exactly kind of where the opportunity is within this field of study. Let's go ahead and start out with this 2013 ace right here. I'll refer to $1 bills as aces and twos as deuces. So we have a binary that's any two numbers on a serial number. It doesn't matter how it's all patterned out, but this one has sevens and ones. Okay, you got 2 1s and 6 7s in there. Quite the attractive looking serial number. Ones and sevens are kind of like that top echelon of favorite numbers: 1s, 7s, 8s, and then you probably add zeros and nines in there. And then the rest of them kind of like drop to the bottom: sixes, fives, fours, threes, things like that. So we have a $31 sale. Not too bad for a $1 bill. 6 total bids, and then our boy here, Ronald J.H., is one of he's certainly taking advantage of this market right now. It's so robust, it's very hot, and I applaud him for going out and headhunting for a lot of these notes. And it's real simple. You go to a few banks. You have a few banks designated. You go, you buy as many straps of dollar bills as you can. I would probably focus on ones and twos because the least amount of denomination to the note, the more that you could buy, the more that you could search through. Because $500 in, say, $5 bills, that's only 100 notes, whereas $500 in ones is 500 notes. You have more opportunity, you have more bullets to fire in this particular case. Now, this one right here, again, the note looks actually pretty good too. You can see how the serial number looks. 2013 series, still relatively recent. And there you go. Condition wise, it's really nothing to scream at, right? It's not saying, hey, look at me, I'm perfect. I'm going to command all the money here. For the most part, there is an amount of liquidity that occurs on these fancy serial numbers regardless of condition. All right. And that's probably another component as to why I wouldn't, necessarily grade these things, is because of that. So you can see that this one even has a little bit of a teller stamp. It has a little bit of rust on there, a few other little stampings on there. So it's far from the perfect note, but Ronald still managed to pull in $31 on this sale. So that's a great example of how you shouldn't short sell something based off of the visual optics of the condition. There's always going to be a vast amount of desirability for these notes. All right, so we have a 4-digit or a quad repeater, real simple. This one's $20.50, 12 bids. It's a 2013 dated note, but you can see it's 8131 repeated twice over on the serial number. These particular notes, I would say, not only are they the lowest kind of like on the totem pole as far as rarity, but they are also the ones that are most widely overlooked, because when you have multiple numbers all knotted up like this one is here, and you're not reading it, correctly, or you're not reading it at all, then they often kind of fall through the cracks. All right, so make sure you assess and you pay attention to the serial numbers. Great looking piece, high end VF. I would venture to guess very little circulation wear or soiling. Pretty good sale there, $20. What I don't figure in is shipping, so please do keep that in mind. That's part of the cost of ownership of owning any of these bills, right? Here's a 6 in a row 4s on this 1999 Ace, sold for $29.89. That is an outstanding return here on this one. We're seeing 5 of a kind, 6 of a kind type patterns, and especially when they're all in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, we're beginning to see a lot more of these particular kind of lower tier serial number fancies command more money. It used to be there like, I'll give you $5 for the thing, and now we're talking like 10, 15, 20, $30 for these notes. And if the condition of the note's a lot higher, maybe you have one of those premier singular numbers like 1s, 7s, and 8s, then that just kind of exacerbates the pure profit potential for these notes. So just about $30 here on this one. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the condition. Again, it looks phenomenal. This one I would say probably, I don't see much in the way of like heavy folds. I'd probably put this one at a high-end XF, if not an AU condition. I'd say visually this one is a little bit more appealing, not only because of the serial number, but because of the overall body of the paper just really, really stands out here. Now, in case you're wondering, you could certainly sell these notes in packs as well. All right, so let's say you're a little bit unsure of how you're going to sell these, or maybe they're consecutive, like what the seller has here. It's a 1988 $1 bill. Keep in mind, don't worry about age. You could still command the same amount of money regardless of what the series date is. It could be a brand new 2021 for all I care. Sequential 3 notes, all starting with 5 7s, 5 in a row 7s, and then they also have the extra 7 in there after the break of the 0. But how cool is that? All consecutive, the perfect storm here, $50. These all appear to be crisp, uncirculated notes, as if they came out of a BEP pack, and they have been preserved really well. These look great. There you go, $50. I mean, that's another way that you could do it. Me personally, I probably could have sold it individually and probably could have made $20 to $30 per note. But you could certainly do this as well to kind of preserve the sequential nature of the trio. So keep that in mind. There's a couple ways you could have gone here with this one. We have a 2017 A. All right, we've talked about this particular serial number before. It's called a Tombstone, and it's real simple. Not a very high sale. I think the seller probably short sale this one. The pictures look great, by the way. I don't have any objections to the photos. It's actually really easy to photograph paper money. with the right kind of lighting, you could get really good results. Plus, these also look good in a flatbed scanner as well. But they did charge 5.25 for ship. So it's a $10 sale here. And when we look at this note, you can see 1958, 2023, which is this year. So if you have a loved one that was born in 58, they just unfortunately passed away this year. There's some, this is a note with some secondary market kind of appeal because of the two dates that's read on the serial number. And it has to be oriented this way. You gotta have the earlier date first, and then the current date or whatever the latest date is second on here. These actually are actually quite tough to pull. You have to have like the perfect storm here with two readable years on there, and this note is actually in phenomenal condition. Now, I probably would have sold this differently. I know most folks who sell these for a living on eBay, they actually put them up for like $19.99. Buy it now. It keeps it under $20. And that way you could still send this through a plain white envelope. You guys just gotta make sure you use like index cards or, the cardboard mailers from the post office. Cut those down, and then craft your own little rigid type of container to put them in, and then put them in the plain white envelope. It'll still keep it under 3 ounces. So again, I probably would have pitched this differently to make a little bit more money, because they do sell for $20 to $30. Birthday notes, tombstones, things like that, they're better off as buy it now fixed listings, and you just sit on them, right? Because you're going to have other inventory that you're going to throw on there that's either a buy it now or a run as an auction. And as you collect and go into this a little bit more deeper, you can eventually identify which ones you should sell through regular auction, and then the ones that you should only specifically put up as buy now listings. Guys like Sam from Kingdom Currency, Ronald, these are a couple of guys that certainly know their game. They do it a certain way. They know which notes that they could run as a specific sale. Really cool one here. Somewhat misnamed 2017 Ace. Fancy repeater binary serial number. It's not a repeater at all. All right. This is what they call a double quad. This is actually one of the more highly desired fancy serial number types. This one, because of that, sold for $41 with 5 bits. Again, you can see some really heavy folds, so condition-wise, it's not all that. And a bag of chips, it's not. But we have quad 2s, quad 4s. And they're oriented specifically like that, and that's why they're called double quads. You can't have like a binary that reads like 2666, 2262, or whatever. It has to be in a row. First 4 numbers are all the same. Second set of 4 numbers, the same as well. And that's how you get the double quad. Fancy there. Again, one of my pet peeves, the beauty about selling on eBay is they have a editing tool where you could rotate this. So make sure you do that. Just for visuals. All right, so pretty good sale there. We also have our first birthday note. I believe this is the only one that we're going to highlight today. But this is, again, one that's perfectly oriented, but this illustrates the importance of listing these as buy it now type listings. $30. Talk about maximizing the sale there. This one reads March 29th, 1973. Now, as we can see here, it's oriented based off of how we here in America, in North America, write out dates. 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the date, 4 digits for the year, and it goes from left to right. Now, in like Europe and all that, they start out with the year and then the month and then the date. So this is the ideal way of reading this. And again, there you go, guys. That is a $30 bill right there, and it's not even that great looking. It has some what looks to be either ink stains or foxing on there, which is a type of damage brought upon by humidity. All right. So there you go. This is more of a gift type of purchase, and that's why people are willing to pay $20 to $30 for these notes. So again, set it and forget it. and then the sales will come when people need it. We have a 2009. This is our highest denom thus far. $5 bill this time around. $17.72. This is probably the bargain of the bunch. It's a binary radar, as you can see. It's a palindrome. It reads the same forwards as it does backwards from the halfway point. 2223, 3222. All right, so note doesn't look all that great. Obviously, it wasn't presented very well. It wasn't flattened out first. You know, you can put it in between a couple books for a while, and it'll do that. It has some teller inking issues on the top margins. It has a little bit of a tear. So obviously, this one's suffering a little bit from the quality and grade aspect of it. Another nice one here. We have a binary, 4s and 1s, $29.94. That was the minimum setup starting price, and then someone just put a bid in. So it worked out. And, you know, that is, this is a little bit probably on the high side. And then with the $5 shipping, it's at $35. But I love the way it's presented. I love the extra photoshopping skills and the close-up, and, you know, you can see the whole note. It's a nice VF condition piece. And a full reverse showing just regular wear, and it's still quite attractive and very, very vivid inks. Here's a much higher denomination, $10 bill this time around. Relatively newer seller, cramming down $20, so double face on this one for one bid. And this is 6 in a row sixes. All right, one of the least popular numbers, for collectors. You know, if you have them combined with like 9s, you know, you have something called a flipper. So 9s, 0s, and 6s all kind of fall in that. It looks like it has a pretty heavy tear right in the middle. On the front, it does not look like it, so it's probably just a hard fold. There is a little bit of a tear there. So again, some conditions issues that probably weighed in a little bit on its sale price. Next one that we have here. Now, this is probably kind of like the... this is a different story. When we're talking about in a row, 5 digits is probably where you're going to be at, where it's going to be equitable for you to sell it. If you had 4 in a row, I would still probably throw that on there, but I'd probably do like $9.99 shipped. You'll still make $7 profit on a dollar bill, you know. This is a true trinary, all right? True trinary. It's kind of like a true binary, which is 0s and 1s. This one's 0s, 1s, and 2s. All right, it's got 1, 2, but it still qualifies. $17.50 on this one at 10 bids. Very solid amount of money. The ones are in a row, which looks very nice. Very nice, beautiful, crisp, uncirculated note as well. We have a $10 bill. We got old non-colorized big head here, 2003 10. It's a binary radar from what it looks to be, and really, really nice sale here. $70.74, 18 bids. So the higher denoms, you gotta make sure that they are worth selling. Because if you have a $10 bill with a marginal type of fancy and you sell it for, say, $12, you probably would break even, if not lose a few pennies in there. But 0505, 5050. I mean, that's a really attractive looking serial number, and it does have a little bit of teller ink, top margin. Overall, pretty clean. I actually dig on the non-colorized big heads. They're kind of cool, and they have a little retro vibe to them. Next one that we have here, another really strong sale. Again, the power of 6 in a row, folks. Yeah, you got to pay attention to these things. $40.74, 22 bids. This one here, 2006 Ace, but check that out. 6 in a row, 2s. And then 1 6 at the end. All right. There you go. I mean, that's $40 in your pocket right there. If you come across these and you're a little kind of second guessing of whether or not it's worth it, it is worth it. Our largest denom so far, a $20 bill, but this is a damn good one right here. $127.24 with 32 bids from our boy Ronald. 2006 series, but check that out. 7 of a kind 2s. All right, with a little zero that's right in the middle of the thing. Um, but again, sharp looking note, good looking grade, nothing too bad. I would say a VF condition note here, VF 25, 30 in that general area. But wow, that is that's a nice little gem, and the market has reflected on it. I mean, the prices are really healthy right now. Another good one here, 2017 binary on this ace, and it's fives and sixes in no particular pattern. 20 bucks sale. All right, so this is something you would sell and then send it off in a plain white envelope. Real easy. And they're located in Hawaii too. So folks in Alaska and Hawaii feeling a little bit of the love here with the fancy serial numbers. You know, you can find these anywhere, guys, all across the globe, even on world currency as well. Those will also have a lot of interest too with the right serial numbers. But again, well done here on this one. Here's another double quad, and some would say it's a low serial number too. Another great sale, $66.88, 2013 Ace this time around. You can see quad zeros, quad eights, all in order there. And yeah, another, I would say, low end VF, VF20 type caliber grade here. Again, double quads, still a powerhouse in today's market. Been getting a lot of questions about this one. They call it scattered ladders or mixed ladder, which will show like 0 to 7, just kind of jumbled around, but all the numbers are there. Yeah, they have a little bit of interest. Like this ace right here, this 2017, sold for 16 bucks, guys. Same person from Hawaii, and you can see it. Note's in good shape. And this is going to be one of those things you have to condition yourself to actually read the serial number, right? You have to sit there and go, okay, there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3, there's a 4, there's a 5, blah, 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 all that stuff. And you'll find them. They're actually a lot more common than you guys believe. And again, much like birthday notes and tombstones, set these up as buy it now, 15, 20 bucks. The higher the grade the note, I would probably command more in that $20 range, $19.99, and let her rip, man. It's like free money at the bank right now. You just don't know it yet. We're coming up to the big bangers here. Here's another one here from our friend in Hawaii. 5 in a row eights. All right, we're at that 5 in a row 2017 ace. $16.99 on this one. Again, eights most popular in the world for luck, especially in China. All right, so a lot of folks in China picking up these notes. They keep it in their wallet for good luck. And then any note that begins with 168, I believe, is the number, which is also lucky in China too. And yeah, again, not fancy here, but you could certainly make a few bucks. Again, set these up when they're kind of like a minimal value. Set them up at a reasonable buy it now listing, and just do it that way. So the biggest note in auction has to be this $100 bill. And you guys know me. I'm highly critical of large denom notes. They have to hit it out of the park when they sell. 7 in a row, sevens. Do we need any more explanation? The only thing that would make this even more better is if it was all 8 numbers or sevens or eights or ones or whatever. But check this out, 455 doll hairs, 59 bids. Wow, I mean it's the perfect way to make a few bucks here is by grabbing this one up, because it doesn't matter the denomination. It could be a 50, it could be a dollar bill. I mean the prices are just so good right now on 7 of a kind or 7 in a row sevens. And the market is reflected, as you can see, with this beauty here. So we do have a few notes that ended up getting picked up via best offer. Okay, we're going to use 130point.com to determine how much these did sell for. Our first one here is the 2013 Ace, $43.99 asking price. It's got a low serial number, so it's got the 5 leading zeros, $382. All right, so we're going to go ahead and copy and paste this into 130 point. I have it set up here. Go to search eBay sales. This is a website, by the way, that most folks in the sports card industry use to determine value here on those best offer type listings. So just takes a moment. You'll see that this one ended at $40, which is a really good sale on this one. Going back to the note, let's take a look at the condition. And yeah, fine 15. I would say it's very worn, but really good sale there. 3-digit serial numbers, by the way, they're in that $40-50 range in much nicer shape, condition. They could go up a lot more. Now pay attention to this one, because this one blew me away when I saw it. It's a 2013 $20 bill. Best offer was accepted, asking originally $176. You guys probably think this guy's crazy, but I'm sure I haven't looked at the results yet. Check out the serial number, 1976, our bicentennial year. All right, and then we have our next one coming up here in a couple years in 2026. So tack on another 50 years. And then we're there again. All right. So this one is absolutely amazing. The note is bright and crispy and gorgeous. Talk about a perennial all-star. If you're able to find anything that's a Independence Day date, like we saw the the note with 7/4/1776 on there, or 1976, or whatever that date was, that sold for a lot of money. There you go. I knew it. I knew this one would be a solid seller. $155. So obviously, bicentennial year is huge here, but also a birthday date by just year is also another big selling factor for this one. Really cool though, man. That is so awesome. I like that. And then the final note we're going to talk about today is this bad boy. 7 in a row fives on this $5 bill. It's a 2013. Checking it out there. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Again, I would say VF30, maybe 25 in there as far as condition is concerned. Again, condition to an extent matters less with these because they're just collected simply by the patterning of the numbers. So let's see where we end up here on this one. Probably I would say $100 if I had to guess. Fives aren't the most craziest number to collect. $90, that's solid. That's about what I expected, $90 to $100 on that one. So there you go, guys. That's kind of like a brief little look of the last day or two of fancy serial numbers in today's market. Go out to the bank today, grab yourself some dollar bills. The really cool part is you're playing with house money, because you're going to go through the notes and then you're going to send the rest back to the bank and then repeat, rinse and repeat. And it can be easier. It's like the bank, they don't know, the junior bank tellers, they don't know that this stuff exists. That's worth a lot of money. So here we are, a couple months away from the holidays, from Christmas, and I'm willing to bet that a few of you probably need some extra scratch. So go out there, look for these, and have a heck of a time doing it too. I'm probably going to end up doing some of this as well. But best of luck in your guys' hunts, and I wish you guys nothing but the best when you're going and looking for these. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to today's video and the channel. Come follow me also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. I'm posting all over the place. And that's it. So you guys have a little hunting to do. You got some work going and cut out. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Take care.